Audio test. Audio test. Put as much light on the workstation as I can get. All right. Guess we're going to wait and see if anybody joins for a few more minutes. Not one person right now, looks like. I don't know if I can watch my own live or not. We're going to find out. Yeah, I can. Let me turn that back up.
Some people just don't get it.
Test this.
Squarespace isn't just for websites. You can get a domain for Squarespace too. It's kind of like how your parents don't get you to make a living off your art.
Test.
If you do. And with a domain like existentialglitter.com and a website from Squarespace, you can build your brand for yourself, build your client list, and continue to compete with your parents all in one place. Get yours before it's gone with offer code Make It Real for 10% off your domain.
All right. That'll work. All right. We're going to get started. They'll join in when they want to, if they do. All right. We're going to build some mesh node, and we're going to use the rack wireless board. It's a little bitty fella. I don't know how well it's going to focus, but we'll try. Using the rack board. So this is going to be a test node. So it's not going to have a solar panel. And it's not going to have a bracket because this will be something that I just take and I set out somewhere. It's just not a permanent node, but the battery should last about a week. It's a pretty good sized battery. There's the battery. Got a pretty good sized battery on it. You got to check the voltage on these. You got to check the voltage on these because sometimes they're reversed. So you got to look at the board and see where your positive is. And on the right boards, the positive is always on the inside of the board. And it looks like we have one that is correct. Nope, it is backwards. Okay. So we do get to show you how to swap those over. Get a little bitty screwdriver here. And yeah, you can see what I'm doing. You might not be able to tell exactly, but so we take these wires out of this plug and we swap them. So right now you have the positive is on the left-hand side. You can't even see that. There you go. So right now you have a positive wire over here, and you have the negative wires on this side. We got to swap those. That matches the board. And all you do is lift this little tab up, and the wires come out. I can show you once I get them put back in. And you get them out, you just push them back in, and they there's a little keeper that keeps them. So just a second, I'll show them done about. So see them little tabs right there? Them little bitty fellas right there? You got to raise those up, take them out. Now it'll match the board. No soldering. This is the box that it's going in. The box is so big because I want everything to be waterproofed. The antenna and everything's going to be inside the box. It's not a normal node, but it'll work. You get 2 sets of Velcro for the battery. And we will get that put on. I took the wrong side off first. We're going to stick that back on so we can take the right side off first. So I like to have the smooth side that's inside the box and the rough side on the battery. So if I have to take it out, you got the smooth sides left on the battery. So this is going to be turned down the other way. So it's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. It's what I've put in all my routers so far. Seems to hold up very well. I've had one router up for about 6 weeks and it's still holding charge. So all we're going to do here is we're going to put that on the battery. Smash it down real good. I'll take this side off and stick it in the lid of the box. Just like so. Stick it in there. And that won't let it come out. Now, you can look at my other camera and you can see what I'm doing over here. Getting stuff together outside of frame here. So now, get some little zip ties, cutters, screwdriver, I don't know exactly where my little zip ties are at. Let me check my other box down here. I got a box of parts down here. There they are. All right. And we're also going to check this battery, make sure it is somewhat charged. I got the meter sitting there. Actually, I'll lay it flat like that so you guys can see it too. I can see it from here. So we're going to check and make sure that it has some juice before we hook it in to the board. It's kind of complicated where it's a little end here, but we'll get it. Should have done it before I put it in the box, but I did not. Trying to make this a quick one just to see. We got 3.9 volts. You can see it there on the screen. Now, if these was reversed, it would be a negative 3 point, whatever that was. Okay. When you're getting ready to hook the battery in, make sure that you have an antenna connected. As you can see, I do not as of yet. I'll have to go get my antenna. It is in another room. I forgot it. And this box will stay a test node. This is not going to be, this box will never be a permanent node. This will always be a test node. So this is going to plug in just like that. And I'm going to attach this to that. Right there where that sits, actually. May even go over a little bit closer to the edge. And I'll run my Bluetooth antenna down here in the bottom. Probably just something like that right there. All right. We're going to get the board. We're going to get it attached to this mountain tray. And all I use is some little zip ties, some little 4-inch zip ties. I do use 4 because I don't want it to go anywhere. I'll pick the board up, and I'll try to keep this in frame the best that I can. So we're going to come up through the grate and back down. And the 4-inch zip ties is too much, but you can't get a zip tie any shorter than that, or I'll not be able to find any that's shorter than that. So we'll just make it work. And on the bottom ones, I don't go through the holes because they don't line up with the grate. So on the bottom, I just catch the bottom of the board and not really worry about the hole, because it does not. The holes on the board really don't line up with the grate on the back of these boxes. Sorry, I'm trying to keep you in frame the best I can. So just like that. And that board is mounted just like that. You only got to have 2. It's probably all I'm going to put on this one is 2. It's mounted. It's not going nowhere. We'll take and cut these off so they look good. All right. Let me go grab my antenna. All right. So this is my antenna that I'm using. And as you can see, it does not fit inside the box unless you fold this end over. And then it lays right in there. You can't see it. There we go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's the reason that I got this box, because I measured this antenna. I just wanted it big enough to hold the antenna. And if you want to use, I don't have the other antenna out. No, never mind. What about Honolulu? I see you in there now. Relay rack. I don't know who you're talking to, is Matthew, but yeah, I got you. All right. So we're actually going to attach the antenna to this board before we put it in the box. Just one zip tie to attach the antenna with. Just so it's not flopping around. Yeah, you got connected. I see you, buddy. So you're going to have one zip tie on the board just to hold the antenna still so it doesn't move around. And let me get this connected and we'll bring it back. Not that it's ever going to fall away or anything, but it's on the board now. Just like so. Trim that off. And then we're going to take my little adapter off that I put on here. So I thought I was going to use that, but I did not. So this is just going to attach to this. What I'm probably going to do is roll this antenna up where I can get to it. Okay. We'll have to attach the antenna to this first because it doesn't like to spin very well. And then when we let it back down, we can turn it. Probably have to do it in a zip tie. I ain't got enough room to make it go. What's up, bud? How you doing, Miss Rita? I see you. Rita, so this is my node that is going to be my test node. It's got everything that's combined. You won't have anything that's sticking out of the box. The antenna is going inside the box and everything. So it's just going to look a little different than most nodes, but this is what I wanted. So did I mess that up again? I did. I can't. Got too busy talking. That's what I got to do. And Matt FN 6209. Yeah, I see you. I don't know who you are, but I see you. You're more than welcome to hang out, man. Give me just a second. I'll bring this back in camera. I messed it up again. So I'm going to leave that sitting in the bottom of the box, just like that. So there's one zip tie on the antenna. You can see it there. Just enough to hold it still. Put that off. Okay. Then we'll get this put back in there. We'll get my Bluetooth antenna connected. We have already flashed the firmware. We done an older version first. So I could use the Bluetooth. Because I hadn't used the Bluetooth updating feature yet. So we're mounting the board back now. Going back in the box. and then we will show you the features. I will swap screens to where my phone is full screen. This camera over here, this full screen, and I will do a screen share so you can see the settings. All right, that's mounted. Just going to roll the antenna back over where it's laying flat inside the box. I don't want it sticking up like that. Make sure those are all still connected. Get my Bluetooth antenna. This is the Bluetooth. It's labeled Bluetooth, BLE. And we're probably just going to put this right down here at the bottom of the box. You can see it right here, bottom of the box. And this has got some two-sided tape. You just peel that off and it sticks. Don't try to take it off again. You'll break the antenna. That's me how I know. We'll just stick that in the bottom of the box. Just like that. There's a Bluetooth antenna in the bottom. Make sure that all the connectors are still attached. Push everything down nice and tidy. All right, here we go. Get this connected and see the green light blinking? You probably can't because of the wires. You can't see it at all. Okay, there's a green light blinking right here. It means the board is turned on and working. Let me see if I can figure out how to share my screen. We'll go through some settings. Give me just a minute. Okay, it's not gonna let me share my screen. Nope, that's comments. Oh, camera. No. Well, I don't know how to share my screen. I'm sharing my camera, but can I see it here? All right, we'll just do away with this screen. So I'm going to disappear there just for a second. Let's see. Okay, then we're going to go into the meshtastic app, and you can see that we're already connected. Got some.
Hey, Daddy.
What?
Can I have a pop?
Yeah. Okay, so let me turn some of these lights off. Maybe that'll help this screen show up a little better. Hey, oh, just let me turn my Bluetooth or my strip lights off. Get all that glare out of there. There we go. Well, now my overhead light's doing it. It's going to be dark on the other one, but that's all right. All right, maybe this will show up. Yeah. Rita, can you see that? Or Jason, can you see that? I know it's an Apple, but maybe I can do a screen record and show it that way. It's still not going to show up on the live stream. You can see that. Okay. All right. Then we'll just roll with it. Let me stop my screen recording. If I can figure out how. Stop. There we go. All right. So if you guys can see that enough to see what I'm doing, I'll just leave that sitting right there just like that because you can see the whole screen. So when you first connect to this, you have to set your region. It makes you set your region. Go to LoRa and go to region. And you live in the United States. So set the United States. You want it on long fast. You want it on 5 hops, and you want your frequency slot to be set at 20. That makes it the 900 and whatever megahertz it is, 915 megahertz. You have to hit save. I done this, so you got to hit save on mine. Channels, if you want to add a channel, you can add a channel. User, this is your name, your long name and short name. My long name is going to be Watt Knob Test Node, which is going to make my short name WKTN. If you're a ham, you can make this all ham related. I wouldn't do that because nobody's going to use it. So, and that's going to make you lose connection to the node. It's going to reboot. When it reboots, the screen will come back on and say you're connected again. I lost connection. And that'll reconnect as soon as the node comes back on. Communicating. Subscribe. Go back into settings. Bluetooth. Make sure you have a fixed pin. Make it whatever you want. I changed mine. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the factory one. It comes with all of them. Make sure that you change that, because if somebody is driving past your truck or your house or whatever, they can take your node over. Make sure you fix that. Very simple. Device. This is going to be a node that I go and I put up somewhere. So you're going to be in client. And I'm going to take this node interval to 3 hours. It's as short as I can make it. It's 3 hours. GPS, that's not GPS. Okay, so the heartbeat, that's what you see blinking behind my phone here. This little bitty light down here blinking. Can you see that? Yeah. You can turn that on or off by this right here. Okay, I'm not changing anything in there. Device, client. You have client, and you have client mute, and you have client base. If you have a rooftop node, make it client base, because if you have a node that you're using that's inside of your house that's on client mute, the client base makes the client mute stronger, if that makes sense. But where that you're going to have this is going to be set out somewhere. It's going to be on client, just so we can access it. This doesn't have a screen, so it's not a display. Network, if you want to connect through Wi-Fi, you can. Not on this one, but if you have a Heltec V3 or V4, you can use Wi-Fi, and it is amazing. My Yagi that's on my house is it's a V3, so I have Wi-Fi connections. And if you lose power, then it doesn't matter, because you can still go back to Bluetooth and do the same thing. This is position. If you want to broadcast where your node is, use the smart position. I'll leave it on 30 seconds and 1 hour. That's enough. Whenever I get this node to where it's going, I'll turn this off, and I will turn my fixed position on, so the way that you have a better location. Right now, we're just going to leave it on smart. You can choose what this displays. from the node list. I'll show you that in just a second. Every time that you save it, you're going to lose connection. You'll have to connect back. That's just the way that it is. I don't understand it, but Jason, you still here? So now you see that my name, you see that my name's been updated now. So we was done with everything. That's all the settings. Okay, Jason, thank you. To make your position work, you have to go into the app settings, open settings, make sure that you got your location always on, and then you have share location and you have intervals of 1 minute, or you can make it less, or you can make it more, whatever that you see fit for that. And you got your notifications. If you get a message and you want to know it, you got to turn that on. Mine's already set. You have the weather conditions. What's going to show up inside of the node list. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, we are back into this. If you want to add channels, you can add channels here. If you're part of the Facebook page, you can have this channel if you want to, but you got to be part of the Facebook page, because that's only where that the link is. So, this can actually do a little more as far as sensors. I don't have any sensors connected to this, but you can get sensors for it. All right, I guess that's everything. It's set up. It's working. Let's go to the node lists and see all I've seen so far. My Yagi has not done its thing yet. Let me just see if my laptop will fire up enough where I can send a message to it. My laptop's probably dead when I need it, but we'll see. Give me just a second. I'll get my laptop started over here on the side. And we will send a node in between ourselves. You can see how all that works. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Give me just a second, and we're going to send a message in between ourselves here, if we can. I know one of these is probably, no, there's no client base, so it's not. I will get this fired up as soon as my laptop starts working correctly. When I build my router node, it'll be a little bit different because you'll have more parts. You'll have a bracket, solar panel. You have a smaller box because the antenna is not inside the box. So a router is a little bit different than what this is. But this is going to allow us to see where that we need a router. That's the whole point of having this node, is so it's not some big old bulky thing. We can set it out. I was kind of hoping my Yagi would show up, but it's not showing up yet. So I don't have this shared to the screen. It's just my laptop screen, but I can show you what it looks like just as soon as it connects to my Yagi. So that WST there, he is the other guy that's helping me build a network. He lives down in Richmond. Hang on just a second. Give me just a second. I'm having some issues with connecting because I got another phone that's connected to my Yagi. And if that's the case, we'll just use it. It looks like it's still connected. Hey Jason, while we were waiting, so how's the audio? Just curious. Just curious. All right, looks like we are finally connected. To the Yagi from the laptop. Nope, it's still connected on my phone. All right, we're going to have two phones here. We're going to send a message to each other. If I can get my phone to work. Good audio. Thanks, sir. All right, I don't know where that glare is coming from on that screen. But, okay, now you can see. Let me just say, let it get connected. It's still trying to connect to my Yagi. So you can see right here that stupid phone. I love Android, but I hate Android all at the same time. It's not staying connected. Okay, we're going to disconnect from this. We're going to connect to my laptop. Sorry, guys. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, that's why it won't connect, because it's trying to connect to my laptop all at the same time. Focus, Bob. Focus, Bob. Focus. Oh, I'm out of focus now. Let me turn my light back on. I want to focus on that phone screen, but there it goes. So as soon as this, we can do a public message from the Yagi. We'll do test to test node. And we'll hit send on the laptop, and it should pop up on the Yagi. Or on my little note here, right here. So it's not going to say Yagi because they haven't seen each other yet. But you can. All right, Jason, are you able to see that message? Can you read that message? It doesn't look like you can read it. That help? No. Okay. You can't read the message. Oh, here we go. We got to reply back. So let me go back to my StreamYard, and I'll switch my camera around, because a good friend of mine just said, hey, I got it. Now you should be able to see that message, right, Jason? Can you see that? Can you read those messages on the laptop screen? Okay. You can see those messages. So you can see that he's seen my message to the Yagi. Let me send one from my test node. You're going to lose that. Hang on just a second. Test from test node, and you'll see it on my screen on my laptop when I go back. So you can see right there that comes from my test node. And that's as easy as it gets right there. And you can see that in this screen over here that you're still working. It's still blinking. So there we go. All set up and ready to go. Actually, I can make that full screen. I just thought about that. Let me do that. Let me get my other mouse here. You can see the messages. So I can do a solo. There we go. Look at that. Now you can see the messages because I can see them on my screen. Let me pull this back where I can type a message. I made a miscount, but so now you can see the messages. So my name is not popping up right here because you have to let it propagate, and that usually takes about 30 minutes for the first time. Usually. All right, let me switch my camera back. There we go. All right, guys. My room's dark now, so let me turn it back on now. All right, there we go. Now we're back. All right, guys, that was everything. So the test node is done, set. It's ready to go. You can see it all together. And when I close the box, there's nothing sticking out of the box, which is exactly what I wanted. There's nothing sticking out of the box. The only thing that I will add is I'll add some mounting brackets to the back of this thing real quick. So these will connect right here.
Did you take them outside?
No.
You take them outside?
Yes. And you got some little short screws and long screws. These short screws go in the box. Nope, the long screws go in the box. Apparently. Or I bet it is the short screws. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So these brackets will turn over this way. And that screw will sit down inside that hole. And then they will connect to the box. I know my hand's in the way. I'll move it in just a second. And you use those to mount. Thank you, Miss Rita. So that whole node is contained inside this box. The antenna and everything. Usually you have an antenna that's sticking out of the box, but I wanted this completely waterproof. And when I charge this up, it'll last for probably a week. And no solar, no nothing. Just running off the battery. So you have 4 of these. I'm not going to bore you with connecting all 4 of them, but they all go in each corner of the box. There's 2 down here. I'm not going to bore you with connecting all that. So, all right, guys, that's everything. We may do a video of us actually hanging this Probably next Friday we're probably going to hang it. You're going outside as soon as I get it charged, but it's not going to be at a new spot. So I got a mass outside that I test everything on first. So it's probably going to be on the mass for a week. Not hardly a week, because next Friday I'll probably go put it out somewhere. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. God bless you, and I'm going to end the stream. It's going to be an awkward moment, so we're going to see you guys.